There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who toil for gold. The Arctic trails have their secret tales that'll make your blood run cold. The Northern Lights have seen queer sights, but the queerest they ever did see was that night on the marge of Lake LaBarge. I cremated Sam Mcgee. Now, Sam Mcgee was from Tennessee, where the cotton blooms and blows. Why he left his home in the South to roam around the pole, God only knows. He was always cold, but the land of gold seemed to hold him like a spell, though he'd often say in his homely way that he'd sooner live in hell. On a Christmas day, we were mushing our way over the Dawson Trail, and talk of your cold through that parka's fold is stabbed like a driven nail. And if our eyes we'd closed, then the lashes they froze until sometimes we couldn't see at all. And it wasn't much fun, but the only one to whimper was Sam Mcgee. And that very night, as we lay packed tight in our robes beneath the snow, and the dogs were fed, the stars overhead were dancing heel and toe. Old Sam Mcgee turned to me and says, "Cat, I'll cash in this trip, I guess. And if I do, I'm asking that you won't refuse my last request." Well, he seemed so low that I couldn't say no, that he says with sort of a moan, "It's the cursed cold, and it's got right hold till I'm chilled clean through the bone. Yet 'tain't being dead, it's my awful dread of the icy grave that pains. So I want you to swear, foul or fair, we'll cremate my last remains." Now, Pal's last need is a thing to heed, so I swore I would not fail. And we started on at the streak of dawn. Oh God, he looked ghastly well. He crouched on that sleigh and raved all day of his home back in Tennessee. Before nightfall, a corpse was all that was left of Sam Mcgee. Now, there wasn't a breath in that land of death, and I hurried, horror-driven, with a corpse half hid, and I couldn't get rid because of a promise given. And it was lashed to the sleigh and seemed to say, "You may tax your brawn and brains, but you promised true, and it's up to you to cremate those last remains." Now, a promise made is a debt unpaid, and the trail has its own stern code. And the days to come, though my lips were numb, in my heart how I cursed that load. In the long, long night, by the lone firelight, while the huskies were round in a ring, they howled out their woes to the homeless snows. Oh God, how I loathed the thing. And every day that quiet clay seemed to heavier and heavier grow. And on I went, till the dogs were spent, and the grub was getting low. The trail was bad, and I felt half mad, but I swore I would not give in. And I'd often sing to that hateful thing, and it hearkened with a grin. Till I came to the marge of Lake LaBarge, and a derelict there lay, and it was jammed in the ice, but I saw in a trice it was called the Alice May. And I looked at it, and I thought a bit, and I looked at my frozen chum. Then, "Here," said I, with a sudden cry, "is my crematorium." So some planks I tore from the cabin floor, and then I lit the boiler fire, and some coal I found that was lying around, and I heaped the fuel higher. The flames just soared, and the furnace roared, and such a blaze you seldom see. And I burrowed a hole in the glowing coals, and I stuffed in Sam Mcgee. Then I made a hike, for I did not like to hear him sizzle so, and the heavens scowled, and the huskies howled, and the wind began to blow. And it was icy cold, and the hot sweat rolled down my cheeks, and I don't know why. And the greasy smoke and an inky cloak went streaking down the sky. I do not know how long in the snow I wrestled with grisly fear, but the stars came out, and they danced about. Here again, I ventured near. I was sick with dread, but I bravely said, "I'll just take a peep inside. I guess he's cooked, and it's time I looked." Then the door I opened wide. And there sat Sam, looking cool and calm in the heart of the furnace roar. And he wore a smile you could see a mile, and he said, "Please close that door. It's fine in here, but I greatly fear you'll let in the cold and storm. Since I left Plumtree down in Tennessee, it's the first time I've been warm." There are strange things done in the midnight sun by the men who toil for gold. The Arctic trails have their secret tales that would make your blood run cold. And the Northern Lights have seen queer sights, but the queerest they ever did see was that night on the marge of Lake LaBarge. I cremated Sam Mcgee.